Yeah, Lara.
Wasn't just on behalf of the folks who have shown up here. It was really difficult to even find out about these meetings. Most of the people have gotten here through word of mouth. It wasn't like it was posted everywhere, and you had to know to go on the city website to even understand that that was happening. So there should be a ton more people here than there are. And I'm sure everybody always complains that there's not enough publicity or what. But I still, again, I question your statement because we had this discussion at the last meeting, which is, I feel that it's very important that the producers and the voice of the public access station be heard about this throughout, because cable subscribers are being charged for that service. So Comcast is billing their customers for a robust public access station that has been driven into the ground, and yet they're still paying for it. So to say that that's some kind of secondary issue that doesn't fit into that, one of the reasons this community is here is because Comcast, from the standpoint of the cable subscribers and that 44-cent tax, has been a terrible community partner. You can't bill somebody for a service and then claim that, oh, it's just on the city to do that. You're billing for it. So this is very much a Comcast issue, and I think it's very critical that producers who have lost their programming because of ludicrous transactions between the city and apparently Comcast, we've got closed-door meetings between Comcast members and folks who are here in the room right now. So this is not some separate issue. This is all of a piece as to why we are here tonight, which is the trust, the public trust, and the monies from the public have been misused egregiously, and Comcast is part of it. They charge them for that. If they weren't involved in billing the public, you're absolutely right, it would be a completely separate issue. It is one and the same, and the lack of trust in this room is palpable.
Okay, so again, what would be a way of moving forward?
So I would like,
knowing that,
like these
yeah, we'd
folks
like to hear from everybody.
Yeah.
What would be, we'd like to hear about your experience and your concerns.
She authorized me, RoseMarie Sanchez, who is the sole surviving cable board member. So she was the one who's supposed to be overseeing all of these transactions. She fell, I saw her foot, it's swollen the size of a basketball, or she would be here. So she authorized me to read this as her statement as a cable board member as to what she feels would be the way to go forward. So if you don't mind, I would love to read
I just want to make sure that everybody gets a chance.
No,
so,
absolutely, but she is a key part of this.
Okay.
My name is RoseMarie Sanchez, and I've been a cable franchise and hearing board member since 2010. Since I have never been officially terminated from my position, I'm writing to you as the sole cable board member. I'm sorry.
Louder, it's not coming.
Gotcha. My name is RoseMarie Sanchez, and I have been a cable franchise and hearing board member since 2010. Since I have never been officially terminated from my position, I am writing to you as the sole cable board member to date. My issue is as follows. It is my understanding that the Cable Franchise and Hearing Board is the contractual authority over all matters pertaining to the use and allocation of PEG funds. Yet the IPEG Committee, a self-appointed group comprised of full-time city employees, has been meeting behind closed doors without the oversight of City Council, the Cable Board, or the public, and allocating funds outside the scope of the contractual requirements for public access. When I first found out about the IPEG Committee, I tried to sit in on one of their meetings and was denied access, which was a clear violation of the Open Meetings Act. Because I persisted, I was finally allowed to attend, although City Council member Ray Garduno was denied entry. What I initially discovered is that the IPEG Committee was allocating funds to their members for out-of-state conferences when the money was earmarked for capital outlay. In the process of looking into this discrepancy, I became aware of numerous other violations of city codes and ordinances. So I began to speak publicly about the lack of transparency by the IPEG Committee and the lack of participation in the decision-making process by the Cable Board. Due to the flawed RFP process again overseen behind closed doors by the IPEG committee, and the subsequent award of the public access contract to the least qualified competitor against the unanimous recommendation of the cable board, I have decided to request several specific remedies. 1. Reinstate immediately the cable board as the authority over the PEG fund. 2. Demand that the IPEG members who have exceeded their term limits step down and that they have one cable board member on their committee. Also, that all their meetings and minutes are posted and open to the public. 3. Terminate the contract for public access with UPublic due to lack of compliance with contractual requirements and issue a new RFP as soon as possible. Thank you for your time and consideration, RoseMarie Sanchez.
Thank you. Could you either submit that or send that electronically?
Absolutely.
Because it's going to be,
You
it's,
can keep this copy.
Lindsay,
This is for
yeah.
you.
Lindsay takes detailed notes.
Are we gonna get any feedback on what she just read?
Well, I think let's make sure everybody can talk, including you, Alan. I really like all the producers to be able to be heard.
Actually, I think tonight is really to hear just what Ms. Sanchez is doing, is offering some remedies to problems that you have identified. And I think that that's the important piece of, important topic of conversation tonight.
Well, so go ahead.
That's great. Let's keep going, if you don't mind. This is great, great opening. I don't know if anybody else would like to, we had designed this as basically a conversation among those who will, but to focus more on how do we go forward in a better way. And again, the original idea was the overall framework for the franchise agreement, but you all may have very specific elements of that that you want to focus on. That's terrific. So, yes.